morning, Sunrisers. I'm Dr. Karen Emerson, and today I have with me my associate, Dr. Jansen. And this cute little baby is a 4-year-old little boy named Jasper, and he actually has suffered from heartworm disease. He's actually being treated for heartworm disease now, and Dr. Jansen's actually doing the treatment, so she's going to go through how bad heartworm disease can be.
So Jasper was actually found in the middle of the road by his wonderful owner, and she brought him in, and unfortunately here in the Southeast, heartworms are such a problem. If your pet is not on monthly preventative, they will get heartworm disease, especially down here in the Southeast. So unfortunately for Jasper, we don't know what his past was. He is the sweetest boy, but he was positive for heartworms. So what happens with that is we do what we call a staging procedure, and what we do is your pet comes in, we check blood work, we check all of their systems, make sure that they're still functioning properly, make sure that inflammation isn't out of control in your pet, and then we also take x-rays of their chest, and that looks at what size is their heart. Is it enlarged because of the heartworm disease? Are their lungs compromised? And from that we can grade kind of how your pet is tolerating the heartworm disease and how severe the heartworm disease is. Obviously we can't get a count as to the number of worms in your pet's heart, but we can get a general idea of what their tolerance is for the current heartworm disease. So he was actually what we call a stage 2, so he wasn't the earliest stage, but he was definitely into his heartworm progression. So he did what we call our 2-shot protocol. So he's actually receiving what we call Diraban. He just had his injection last month, as a matter of fact. And what that does is that actually kills the heartworms itself. In addition to that, they go on an antibiotic called doxycycline, and that weakens the worms themselves. There's a bacteria that lives in there, and that causes those worms to become fragile, so that when we give them the actual injection, they do begin to die. The other thing that Jasper's receiving is a monthly preventative called Simparica Trio, and that's actually going to start treating the worms itself as well. He gets some steroids for the inflammation too, but as you can tell, Jasper's tolerating his heartworm treatment just fine. So if you're concerned about your pet isn't on monthly preventative, bring them in, give us a call. Let's get them looked at and make sure, and I promise your pets will thank you.
WCBI Animal Health with Dr. Emerson was brought to you by Emerson Animal Hospital in West Point.